WAP stands for Wireless Application Protocol, but those of a more cynical mindset say it stands for wait and pay. While consumers have criticized WAP for its slow access speed, there's one man who's making some bold claims about WAP's relevance to Asia. Scott Goldman is CEO of the WAP Forum, an international group of businesses advancing the WAP standard. Goldman told eBiz Asia correspondent Andrew Brown he thinks WAP will help Asians find a shortcut to the internet.
There are roughly 40 million WAP phones in circulation. That doesn't mean that there are 40 million people using WAP, but according to the Gartner Group and IDC, two very well-known research companies, there are roughly about 8 million people around the world that are using WAP.
Well, here in Hong Kong, where WAP is available, you hear a lot of complaints about people who've tried the service or their friends have had the service and they just find it too slow, too fiddly, too cumbersome, and people are not flocking to WAP.
Well, in certain areas that's going to happen. In some places, or at some sites, some applications that you see are not going to be as functional as others. I think what happens here is that you have a situation where if you compared it to going to a site on the web that was a bad site on the web, you wouldn't just say that the web is bad, you would say that that site is bad. If you have an implementation, one site that doesn't function as well as it should, people won't go back to that site, and that site will die off through attrition. However, there are a number of sites that are very popular in areas all around the world that are becoming real revenue generators for the operators. And when the type of compelling content is available in Hong Kong as it is in other parts of the world, then you will see people flock to that type of site, that type of application. That'll be a real revenue generator.
But why would anyone make content for a phone that can't that doesn't have many eyeballs on it at the moment? In other words, if I'm a content provider, I want to know that there's actually a market for my content, and I don't have that market at the moment with a WAP phone.
Sure. It's kind of a chicken and an egg scenario, what you're looking at. Do you want to build content because there are not enough eyeballs, and do you want to have, there won't be enough eyeballs until you have content? Content developers historically, when you look at the web as an example, content developers looked out into the future, and they thought that if they build this content, people would use that content, kind of an if they build it, people will come kind of thing. And that came true on the web, and that's what really helped develop the success, the commercialization of the web.
Okay, in Japan, iMode has been pretty popular. A lot of people are using the iMode service. Yeah. Now, presumably, Docomo and the consumer electronics companies that are, they also have their heads in the iMode trough. They want to export that success to other parts of the world. Isn't that in conflict with the technologies that you're supporting?
No, in fact, both of the technologies, the technology that iMode is using and the technology that WAP is using, are coming to a point of convergence. Regarding the date that this is going to happen roughly in the spring of 2001. The WAP Forum is already working on its next generation of specifications, which will be released in final form in June of 2001. And Docomo has stated that they are going to release their next generation of iMode in 2001 as well, when they release their third generation wireless system in Tokyo. So we expect this convergence to come along at about that time.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're quite welcome.